Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to India's first A.
या थोडे कॉल कन्फर्म करें देखो
हाँ हम कंफर्म
ती पाचशे ते फ्लॅट्स and then ती પછી आम 500 400 થઈ જશે
हाँ फिर आइडियाज
नीचे जाए છે
कबीर को काम है कबीर को ओके नो ओके हाँ ओके
people off the stage now
ये डॉट तारीख दे we will start at 5:30 exact
योगेश पारेख आणि ती योगेश पारेख लकी
ऊपर तो आवाज
5:30 open the curtain listen पूरे कर्टन्स खुले नहीं until I tell you don't start
A very good evening to one and all present here. Respected dignitaries,
Their ideas ignite action, voices gain power, and the leaders of tomorrow begin shaping the future today.
this conference isn't just about debate, it's about diplomacy, dialogue, and collaboration that transcends boundaries and builds new bridges. And none of this would have been possible without the organization that has powered every inch of this experience since us.
Udgam Community is not just supported
fully managed
by census, a primary youth organization that is redefining how high-impact events are conceptualized and executed.
At the
At the heart of census stands
founder, Ms.
KARAN, a name synonymous with vision, innovation, and flawless execution.
Hia is not just the architect of this event. She is the reason this event exists in the first place. From ideation to implementation, she has infused every detail of Udgam Model United Nations with purpose, accuracy, and passion. Her ability to lead with both heart and strategy has become a gold standard in a youth-driven leadership.
Her leadership is bold yet compassionate, structured yet creative, and deeply rooted in commitment to excellence. She hasn't just led this event, she has mentored every movement into significance.
Right beside her is Ms. Manushi Choksi, the Chief Executive Officer of Udgam Model United Nations and Chief Operating Officer of Census, whose calm strength, operational brilliance, and quiet leadership have ensured that HIA's vision turns into an unforgettable reality.
Together, they have not only managed this MUN, they have built a
A
model
model of event governance that others can only hope to follow. So today, what you experience is not just a student conference, it's a census signature of discipline, creativity, structure, and soul.
We are also proud to announce that Udgam Model United Nations 2025 is officially an ISO aligned as verified by the Nirmaya Foundation Auditing Committee, a milestone made possible through the detailed oversight of Mr. Fenil Pritesh Shah, our ISO compliance officer, and Ms. Manushi Choksi, whose leadership ensured that the process met global standards.
So, on behalf of everyone here, we extend our heartfelt thanks to the census team, and especially to Ms. Hia Dhokai and Ms. Manushi Choksi, who are turning vision into experience and ideas into impact.
With that said, let the spirit of diplomacy, development, and dedication take center stage. Welcome to
the
Udgam Model United Nations 2025, managed, designed, and led by Census. Now, we move into the cultural celebration that marks the beginning of today's ceremony. We would like to take a moment to thank the partners who have helped us in this event to make this event possible.
We gratefully acknowledge the support of our sponsors TGB, T-Post, E-Coaching, Devam Gyan, Keystone, Window, GoBro, Ulka, Printing Gully, Magic Slate, The Untold Frame, and Shaleen Hospital.
Your belief in youth driven platforms like Udgam Model United Nations empowers us to dream bigger and deliver better.
Thank you for standing with us on this journey. And now, let the celebration begin.
To open today's ceremony with grace and energy, we now invite you to witness a captivating classical performance where rhythm speaks, expressions flow, and tradition takes the spotlight. This performance reminds us that diplomacy isn't just confined to dialogue, it lives in our art, in our heritage, and our culture as well. Representing is the renowned Tatkar Kathak Institute, dedicated to preserving and promoting the vibrant traditions of the Jaipur Gharana. Today's artists bring to you a stage of legacy and of legacy of movement and meaning. From the past 16 years, this institute has shaped dancers who do not just perform Kathak, they embody the spirit of Kathak. Please welcome our performers, Ms. Rinku Bera, Shubda Kabra, Tisha Jain, Dhriti Bhari, Anushka Vora, Anya Bhavsar, and Pratna Koradia, as they set the tone of Udgam Model United Nations 2025 through grace, rhythm, and timeless tradition.
गणानाम गणपति गणेश लंबोदर सोहे भुजाचार एकदंत चंद्रमा ललाट राजे ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश तारदय धुरपत गावे अति विचित्र गणनाथ आज मृदंग बजावे मृदंग बजावे मृदंग बजावे।
शेंदूर लाल चढ़ायो अच्छा गजमुख को, दो दिल लाल विराजे सुत गौरी हर को, हाथ लिए गुड़ लड्डू साई सुरवर को, महिमा कहे न जाए लागत हूँ पद को, लागत हूँ पद को, लागत हूँ पद को। जय 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 गणनाथ विद्या सुख बाला, तुम्हारो दर्शन मेरा जय देव जय देव जय देव जय देव
चर्चित एक दंत करे भय को दूर अति सुंदर लय गति गणाधीश गणपति
अष्टौ सिद्धिदासी संकट को वैरी, विघ्न विनाशक मंगल मूरत अधिकारी।
अष्टौ सिद्धिदासी संकट को वैरी, विघ्न विनाशक मंगल मूरत अधिकारी।
कोटि सूरज प्रकाश ऐसी छवि तेरी, गंडस्थल मद मस्तक झूले शशि बिहारी।
जय देव जय देव विद्या सुख दाता, तुम्हारो दर्शन मेरा जय देव जय देव जय देव जय देव जय देव।
भाव भगत से कोई शरणागत आवे, संतति संपत्ति सब ही भरपूर पावे।
भाव भगत से कोई शरणागत आवे, संतति संपत्ति सब ही भरपूर पावे।
ऐसे तुम महाराज मोको अति भावे, गोसावी नंदन निशिदिन गुण गावे।
Thank you to our brilliant performers and to the Tatkar Kathak Institute for that breathtaking performance. What a powerful way to begin our journey of ideas, identity, and internationalism.
As the melody of diplomacy continues, we now invite you to enjoy a soulful singing performance. Music has always been a universal language, one that unites, inspires, and uplifts. Just like the values we aim to uphold every committee and conversation at the MUN. Please welcome on the stage our talented Udgam alumni, Prisha Ranj.
धड़कन तेनू रसता दिया सजना प्याता कब्जा करके खुद गर्जी ना धूप चुने ना छाओ कैसे तेरी खुद गर्जी किसी ठोर टिके ना पाओ कैसे तेरी खुद गर्जी ना धूप चुने ना छाओ कैसे तेरी खुद गर्जी किसी ठोर टिके ना पाओ मस्त मौला मस्त कलंदर तू हवा का एक बवंडर कुछ क्यों अंदर ही अंदर क्यों रह गया एक वीरा मान जा फकीरा मान जा आजा तुझको पुकारे तेरी परछाइयाँ समझाऊं बेटा समझे पाता मांगे तेरी खैरिया तोड़ खातिर आवे झूठा रंग दो दिनों में छूटा कैसे भुलाऊं बेड़िया राजन 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 तू भी क्या याद रखेगा जाहिर न तेनू छोड़ दिया जो तू नहीं तो ऐसा मैं चेहरा कि जिसकी खूबसूरत मांद पड़ी हो ऐसा मैं दरिया जो बहना ना चाहे जो तू नहीं तो ऐसा मैं चेहरा कि जिसकी खूबसूरत मांद पड़ी हो ऐसा मैं दरिया जो बहना ना चाहे हुण तेरो तैनू चांदे चांदे तेरे हुस्न ते मर दे अस्सी रोज की करिए सजना बोल हाँ तेरे ही झोल ते नचदे सारे तेरे प्यार च करिए कि हुण बोल सजना क्या वा को मन छेड़ो रे बिछड़िया सजाते दर्दोनी मजाते तारो विरह पर लागे भारू वालम आबोनी आबोनी वालम आबोनी मांडी चिरावी भगवान ओ तारिया दिया Devi Nagiri Sangwai Mali Chinabi And now, for all the times we felt lost, but still kept going, because somehow the lights always find us home. When you try your best but you don't succeed. When you get what you want but not what you need. When you feel so tired that you can't sleep. Stuck in reverse. When the tears come streaming down your face. When you lose something you can't replace. When you lost someone but it goes to waste. Could it be worse? Rise will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful MU annual.
Thank you for that heartfelt and moving performance. A voice like that truly reminds us of the power of expression. Light is a symbol of knowledge, clarity, and the triumph of truth and values we hold close at Udgam MUN. To formally mark the beginning of this event, we now proceed with traditional lamp lighting ceremony, an invocation of light, wisdom, and new beginnings. Now, I would like to request our Chief Advisor and Chief Executive, Ms. Hiya Dhokai and Ms. Manushi Choksi, to escort the following dignitaries on the stage. Mr. Manan Choksi, Mr. Amit Mehta, Mr. Achyut Jasani, and Mr. Gautam Choksi.
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा
लम्बोदर नमोस्तुभ्यं सततं मोदकप्रिय
लम्बोदर नमोस्तुभ्यं सततं मोदकप्रिय निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव
सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ
As the lamp is lit, may it illuminate not just this hall, but every thought, speech, and decision that emerges over the course of this conference.
We request all the dignitaries to welcome to the stage.
We request Hiya and Manushi to please escort the dignitaries on the stage. Thank you to all our dignitaries for joining us in this symbolic beginning.
Every summit needs a navigator, someone who ensures we stay rooted in purpose while reaching for progress. At Udgam Model United Nations 2025, that guiding force is our very own Director General. Someone whose calm clarity, deep commitment, and unshakable belief in student leadership has shaped this conference from its earliest blueprint.
She's not just an organizer, she's the torchbearer of the MUN spirit, upholding diplomacy, decorum, and dialogue in every decision. Please join us in welcoming the Director General of Udgam Model United Nations 2025, Ms. Hardi Jay Shah, to deliver the opening address.
Good evening, everyone. Honorable Executive Board, respected faculty, delegates, and my incredible team. I, Hardi Shah, stand before you today as the Director General of Udgam Model United Nations 2025, with a heart full of gratitude and eyes that still sparkle with disbelief, because this exact moment, is something I've dreamt of for years. 3 years ago, I was just a wide eyed delegate sitting in a crowded auditorium watching a young woman walk onto the stage in a turquoise blazer. That woman was Hiado Kai, the then Director General. It wasn't just inspiring, it was transformational. And somewhere deep inside me, a quiet promise was made. One day I want to work with her, and one day I want to be her. Here, I'm working with you and I'm the Director General of your conference. Life indeed has a beautiful way of coming back around. To my parents, thank you for giving me the freedom to fly and the strength to stand when I needed it. Now, allow me a moment to appreciate two of the most important people in this journey, my Constance, Dhairya, and Puneet. You both have been the sanity in my chaos, the logic to my dreams, and the ones who stayed when things got messy. You held my hand through every breakdown, stayed up for every crisis call, and pushed me when I had no push left in me. Thank you will never be enough. But from the bottom of my heart, I say it anyways. And to my entire team, from long nights of planning, caffeine fueled breakdowns, sprinting crisis, and last minute panic calls, we have turned chaos into excellence. Look around, this isn't just a team, this is a family. To the delegates in this room, you are the heartbeat of this conference. I know it might feel intimidating to raise that placard, to challenge the status quo, to speak up in a room full of strangers, but let me tell you something. That fear you feel, it's growth knocking. So don't just aim to win awards, aim to learn, to connect, and most importantly, to grow. As I wrap this up, I want to leave you with a small message. Sometimes the people you look up to become the people you stand beside. So believe in yourself even when it's hard. Trust your team even when things go wrong, and love what you do because passion will take you places that hard work alone cannot. Welcome to Udgam MUN 2025. Let's make it unforgettable. Thank you.
Every team needs a compass, someone who not only understands the mission but also ensures that each department walks in alignment with it. At Udgam MUN, that compass has been Miss Anya Selarka.
Serving as an expert for the Udgam Model United Nations, Ms. Anya has been instrumental in guiding her domain teams and with precision, consistency, and quiet leadership. Her expertise have helped power the engine behind this entire event. We now invite her to come to the stage and share her reflections.
It is with immense pride and gratitude, and maybe a few nerves, that I welcome you all to the opening ceremony of Udgam MUN 2025. What you see here today is more than just a conference. It's a statement, a movement, and a reminder that you can never be too young to turn your big dreams into reality. Because this is just a handful of literal teenagers with a nick to aim high and a somewhat vague idea. An idea that kept us up at night, that demanded everything from us, our time, our energy, and most of all, our belief. There were sleepless nights, there were doubts, there was effort, there were meltdowns over Canva, there were moments where we questioned ourselves, but not even once did we question the dream. The amounts of bhai ab kya karenge ye to locha ho gaya is unreal. But through the chaos, we didn't just create a conference. We created a new kind of family, one that lasts through the chaos, that shows up for each other and never settles for good enough. And of course, one that helps each other finds a way towards Hia's definition of perfection. I would like to thank my whole team for your effort and time that has gone into creating this history. Thank you so much.
Delegates, parents, I'll request you to please maintain silence. Thank you. Behind every institution is someone that shapes the future, someone who first dared to imagine something bigger. Mr. Manan Choksi is the visionary, the CEO and the director of Udgam Consultancy, and the architect of what we proudly call the Udgam verse.
He led a network of over 17 pioneering institutes, including Udgam School for Children and Zewa School, all driven by innovation, integrity, and impact. His journey from technology to educational reforms reflects a rare blend of clarity, commitment, and transformation.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome a true change maker, Mr. Manan Choksi.
A very good evening to everybody. So nice of you to see here for outside school hours. I would like to ask, how many students are from Udgam verse? Okay, I cannot see the people at the back, so can you shout out a bit? Very bad marketing by the Udgamman team to other schools. We have filled our seats by our own people. So what we call this is what we call is inbreeding. We need some people from outside to have divergent thoughts, to have independent opinion, who are come from heterogeneous background. So we have a lot of people who would be from different schools, who would have different classmates, who would have different upbringing, and this is a perfect platform for you to listen to them. What does Udgamman teach you? Everything what school doesn't. So I have been in education since 22 years. I am tired of listening to people that school हमें public speaking नहीं सिखाती. School should teach general knowledge. School should have quiz on current affairs. School should talk about research. School should talk about English speaking. School should have train students, they have presence of mind. Schools should do this, schools should do that. All of these things you are going to learn here today. Not today, is it? In this event or this 3-day event. And everything and more what I've said in this list is part of what MUN is all about. You have a college application, it helps that. If you have a group discussion, if you have a personal interview, everywhere you go, you will require these skills. So these things are not included in the CBSE textbook. So what do? We create such an event in which students are voluntarily come. How many of you have compulsorily joined this event? Please shout. So they have not signed you up for on gunpoint, right? Right? Friends ने बोला इसलिए कितने लोग आए हैं? Yeah, few. Okay. Very good. Don't do everything friends say. But वो अच्छा बोलते हैं तो करो. Okay. How is it good or not? You will know at the end of 2 days. But the interesting part of is this conference is that it will be good only for people who participate, who maintain the decorum, who are disciplined, who put in their best work. It is bad for people who keep on waiting for things to happen to them. I attended the whole MUN. I did not learn any new thing. I've heard that. I waited for MUN. I attended so many MUN. सब जगह food बहुत बुरा होता है, right? So food खाने के लिए MUN मत आना. You have restaurants of your wish. You can go there. So do you come here for the right reasons? Is something you need to ask yourself. And the more you get involved in this, the more benefits you get. Important things, it is still in a school environment. So don't think that this is something you can do whatever you want. Here we don't have marks. Yes, you do have prizes, right? Do you have prizes? You don't have prizes? You have certificates, participation, first, second, third. Many won't get them because you are, is this still the largest conference? Still the largest? Nobody has done since you announced till now. The world is so fast, it is so happening. This may not be the only largest conference, but we have broken barriers. We have tried to get so many people in so many committees, talk so much about politics, current affairs, problems. We have so many burning issues. इनका कभी-कभी they had to close registration क्योंकि इनके पास issues खत्म हो गए थे. Otherwise, है ना? You are telling me कि अब सर issue नहीं है. अब मैंने बोला wait for Donald Trump. Tomorrow he will create a few. Anyways, okay. So, this is it from my side. Take maximum advantage. This is all the things schools cannot teach you in the classroom, in the examination setup. Try to make most of it. There are no marks. There are there is nobody who is going to get a job right out of the MUN. But if you have this positive attitude, maybe it will help you in your career, not just college admission. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Choksi, for your kind words.
Some events are built with plans, others with passion and purpose. And at the heart of this one is someone who brings both. Miss Hia Dokai, the founder of Synthesis, the team behind the seamless management of Udgam Model United Nations, and she serves as the chief advisor to this very conference. Her vision, mentorship, dedication have shaped much of what you see here today.
We now invite Miss Hia Dokai to join us on the stage and address the gathering.
सपने छोटे थे, दिल में तूफान था, प्लेकार्ड उठाने का भी हमें गुमान था। आज मंच मेरा है, पर ख्वाब हम सबका। ये उद्गम मॉडल यूनाइटेड नेशन है, जहां हर खामोशी ने बोलना सीखा। I remember the lights first, too bright, the kind that makes you feel like everyone can see right through you. I remember the mummers, the tapping heels, and the rustling placards. A hall full of people who looked like they knew exactly what they were doing. And me, I was 14, sitting quietly on a bench at Udgam, wondering what on the earth am I doing here? I wasn't bold enough to raise my placard. I wasn't bold enough to speak, not even once. But somewhere between the chaos of crisis and the clattering of gavels, something clicked. And I knew deep inside my gut, I don't know how yet, but someday I want to do something like this. But dreams like this don't come with a roadmap. I didn't go home and start a company. I went home and Googled what a motion meant. There were years I just followed, signed up, showed up, stayed back. And somewhere along the way, I stopped waiting for someone else to hand me the bike. I started building. One idea turned into a team turned into a brand, and the brand, since us, became space for people like me, who didn't always start loud, but always started hungry. This stage isn't just mine, it belongs to every delegate who felt small but dared to build any which way. Because today, we're not just running a conference, we're running the biggest conference the state of Gujarat has ever seen. But for me, this isn't just a milestone. It's a dream that started with silence and somehow found its voice. And today, we bring this dream back home to Udgam. So if you're sitting in the crowd right now, nervous, doubting yourself, unsure, I have been you. And if no one has told you this before, let me be the first. Your ideas matter, your words matter, and yes, you matter. So if your hands tremble when you raise that placard, raise it any which way. If your voice shakes when you speak, speak any which way. Because no one starts fearless. We all just start. You never know what can happen in one weekend, one speech, and one room. A whisper can turn into a war cry, a spark can turn into a fire, and one hesitant delegate can stay on this very stage right now. To my team, we didn't just build a conference, we built a legacy, one all nighter at a time. To Manushi, you're not just my COO, but my ride or die. To Anya, Siddhi, Fenil, you're not only the experts of this conference, but the whole and soul. I have seen you four transform into leaders so significantly, and just how perfectly you have managed to make sure that this conference runs perfectly without me going absolutely crazy behind it. To Arav, Hardi, Neeraj, Dhairya, Tanish, Ashvi, and the entire of my secretariats, you were the engines behind this conference. You were the ones who held the ground when the ground itself was shaking. To my OCs, the silent warriors of every successful conference. You weren't just the backbone, you were the chaos and the calm all at once. One crisis handled, one banner raised, and one impossible task made possible. And to Udgam, thank you for being my home. Thank you for helping me find my voice. Thank you for giving me this stage, and thank you for giving me my start. Today, I give something back to you. Let's not wait for permission. Let's not wait to be ready. Let's start and make it since us. Thank you, and a very well welcome to the maiden edition of Udgam Model United Nations 2025.
Thank you so much, Hia, for your words of encouragement. Behind every successful summit is someone who handles the chaos with calm, the pressure with precision, and the vision with action. Ms. Manushi Choksi is the Chief Executive of Udgam Model United Nations 2025 and also serves as the Chief Operating Officer at Census. A dedicated leader, strategist, and organizer, she brings clarity to complexity and ensures that ideas turn into experiences.
With great pride, we now invite Ms. Manushi Choksi to take the stage and share her thoughts with us.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the madness that we disguise as Udgam Model United Nations. I am Manushi Choksi, the Chief Operating Officer of Census, the managing partner behind this beautiful chaos. But let me take you back to where this all began. Udgam Model United Nations was just a passing thought that Hia and I had in June of 2024. At that time, there was no census, no human, no formal plan. Just two Udgamites with an unshakable belief in the power and potential of students. And that was the reason that we were told no. But 7 months later, we didn't just return, we came back with a vision, with a team, and with an established brand called Census. And now, usually, this is the part where I say that this team has been so amazing, the MUN has been life changing. And don't get me wrong, it was all of that. But it was also extremely exhausting, chaotic. It has given me dark circles that no amount of makeup could ever cover up. I had minor I had minor scares of heart attacks in betweens. Organizing human felt like climbing Mount Everest. Exhausting, intimidating, and at times impossible. But with every sleepless night, every frantic call, every little win along the way, we kept climbing. And today, standing here in front of all of you at the summit of the Gujarat's largest MUN conference, it feels like we've all made it together on top of the Mount Everest. And today, standing here, I want to thank all of my team because none of it, absolutely none of it, would have been possible without the group of superheroes that we called our OC members. First of all, in no particular order, Kanisha, Abil, Masum, Shreyansh, Arav, Mudra, Namaskruti, Joel, Hetri, Puneet, Nikhil, and all of the other OC members. You are the reason this event looks like an event. From handling registrations to setups to last minute crisis to unexpected surprises, you've held the fort with energy and grace. To our secretariat, who's a real engine behind this machinery, Akshaya, who handled 900 allotments without losing her sanity or her Google Sheets. Tanish, who made sure every vendor, every backdrop, every printout showed up on time. Ashvi, who worked consistently and quietly, always delivering what was needed before even asked. Neeraj, with whom I can guarantee the entire conference would have collapsed. Hardi, thank you for pulling off what seemed impossible and doing it with style. And Arav, the most reliable Secretary General I've ever worked with. Calm, composed, and always stepping in when things did not work out. You've been the anchor that we all needed. Then my heart, the census score. Siddhi, for patiently answering 900 chaotic calls and not throwing your phone out of the window, even when she had absolutely every right to. Anya, who spent countless nights designing, editing, and re editing creatives till they were absolutely perfect. Fennel, the reason ISO doesn't just seem a mirage, it turned into a living, breathing piece of this conference. And here, our constant. From hundreds of kilometers away, you managed to stay connected to me and tell me every single part. Your ability to sync us, quite literally, has kept us all sane. You reminded us that distance doesn't weaken leadership, it sharpens it. And with a team like this, distance, chaos, or crisis, nothing feels too big. We aren't just managing a conference, we are building something meaningful together. So, whether you're a delegate, an organizer, a sponsor, or just here for the vibes, I hope these 2 days do more than just pass by. I hope they challenge you, make you question, make you grow, make you rethink something that you were sure of. Even if you don't walk out with a trophy, walk out with a lesson, something that stays with you long after the lights are down and the photos are posted. Because this is more than an event, it's a journey. And I'm so proud you decided to take it with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Manashi, for your kind words.
We now begin the formal felicitation ceremony to honor the distinguished individual who have gracefully joined us today and supported the vision of Udgam Model United Nations 2025. Invite on stage Ms. Hiya Dhokai and Ms. Manushi Choksi.
To begin, we would like to firstly felicitate Mr. Manan Choksi, the CEO and Director of Udgam Consultancy, the visionary behind the Udgam verse, and an unwavering supporter of educational innovation. Thank you, Mr. Choksi, for your remarkable presence and continued inspiration.
We would now like to honor Mr. Amit Mehta, whose steady support has been instrumental in empowering youth platforms like Human to thrive and expand. Thank you, Mr. Mehta, for believing in potential of young leadership.
And finally, we call upon Mr. Achyut Jasani, the Managing Director of Ananda International, a committed enabler of young innovation and excellence in action. Thank you, Mr. Jasani, for your enduring encouragement and support.
On behalf of the entire team, we express our heartfelt gratitude to all our guests for their time, trust, and guidance.
Please join us in a formal round of applause for each of our dignitaries for standing with us, for uplifting our spirits and the next generation of the global leaders.
In any large scale event, quality isn't just a standard, it's a commitment. Upholding the commitment behind Udgam MUN is someone who ensures precision, consistency, and operational excellence at every step.
We now welcome on stage Mr. Fenil Pritesh Shah, the ISO compliance officer for both Census and Udgam Model United Nations. The logistics expert at Udgam Model United Nations and a key part of Census core team, whose expertise have been central to this event's structure, integrity, and flow.
As rightly said by Aristotle, excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. Good evening, everyone. As the ISO compliance officer of Udgam Model United Nations and Census, it's been a privilege to help shape the structural foundation of this conference. Our goal was simple: to create a space that is not just impactful in content, but also accountable in process. Udgam's ISO alignment reflects our belief that youth led events can meet and even exceed global benchmarks of transparency, logistics, and governance. A heartfelt thanks to the entire census team, especially Ms. Hia Dhokai and Ms. Manushi Choksi, for leading with clarity and consistency. And finally, on behalf of all of us, I extend a sincere gratitude to the Nirmaya Foundation Auditing Committee for their invaluable support, guidance, and recognition of our efforts. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Fennel, for your words of encouragement.
Behind every diplomatic dialogue and every seamless simulation lies the precision of those who understand the pulse of internal affairs.
Ms. Siddhi Sharma, an expert in internal affairs at Udgam Model United Nations and a trusted part of the census core team, plays a vital role in ensuring every aspect of the delegate experience is thoughtful, responsive, and effective.
With clarity, care, and commitment, she helps us make the framework of this conference function smoothly. We now invite Ms. Siddhi Sharma to share a few words.
The ones who are crazy enough to think that they can actually change the world are the ones who actually do it. 3 months. That's how long we've visioned and bred this version of Udgam Model United Nations. 3 months of planning, of pushing limits, of not sleeping, and not because we had to, because we couldn't afford to stop. There were nights when it felt like it would all fall apart, and yet somehow we still held on to it. Good evening, dignitaries, delegates, and parents. I'm Siddhi Sharma, and I've had the honor of leading this journey. But I never walked alone. I had Since Us, my team, my constant backbone, and my support. Every breakdown, every email draft, every late night call where silence said more than words, we showed up for each other and for this. And now, standing here, looking at all of you guys, the delegates who are about to breathe life into this conference, I know it was all worth it. Because this moment is just not just an event, it's about resilience. It's about showing up when it's the hardest, and it's about believing in something bigger than yourself. And at the end of the day, I've learned that success isn't just about perfect planning. It's about imperfect people doing their best together. And before I step down from the stage, Hia and Manushi, now please let me sleep after this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Siddhi, for your valuable words. A successful MUN is the result of tireless hours, countless details, and leaders who quietly ensures everything runs like a clockwork. The Deputy Director General is one such force, guiding with precision, balancing coordination, and upholding the highest standards.
Please welcome Ms. Ashvi, the Deputy Director General of Udgam Model United Nations 2025, to share her reflections and takeaway from this extraordinary journey.
Good evening, everyone. Well, where do I even start? Standing on this dais as the Deputy Director General of Human, addressing such an enthusiastic group of participants is an absolute feeling of joy and accomplishment. Moving forward, I bow down to my parents for their unwavering support, love, and guidance. You guys have been my rock, my inspiration, and my safe space. Dear family, thank you for listening to my endless narrations about the MUN, the goof ups, and whatnot. My respected teachers, please take a bow to have shown me the path of forgiveness and self confidence. Moving forward, a very special hug to a very kind and grounded buddy, Manushi Choksi, for recognizing my contribution to this one of its kind MUN and bestowing me with this position. Hia, I'd heard about your charisma before meeting you in person. But meeting you in person was life changing. I was so starstruck that I ran up to you asking for a picture. I am a huge fan. Little did I know I'd walk under your mentorship. To my new friends and the oldest ones who chose to stay along, thank you for your support. I'm sure these next 2 days will be just as magical as the planning has been. So let's all of us come together on this journey from darkness to light. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashvi.
Now, dear audience, please get ready for a surprise.
Requesting all the delegates to quickly settle down so we can begin our surprise. Requesting all the delegates to quickly settle down so we can begin our surprise. Requesting all the delegates to settle down will be beginning in 2. Requesting all the delegates to settle down quickly will be beginning in 2.
Can we start, please?
This is Hia. She looks like she reads. She does not.
I mean, I tried. It was a novel. The main character had like 3 names, and I gave up by page 12.
She carries books in tote bags, sometimes quotes them on Instagram, but she hasn't finished a full one since 8th grade. And even that had pictures.
And there were snacks as well.
Still, people said, she's such a reader. She's so articulate. Because she spoke well. Because she wrote poems. Because she knew how to fake it.
I had a system. Read the back, skim 3 chapters, and Google the rest. Boom, discussion ready. That's how we do it, right?
No one suspected a thing because no one ever asked. Do you actually understand what you're reading?
Spoiler, I didn't. And neither do most of the kids.
Let's talk numbers. A typical 12th grader in India reads at a 4th grade level. That's not a typo. That's a crisis.
And yet, we keep saying, just pick any book, beta. Like that's a real strategy.
But here's the deal. When the level is too high, they shut down. When the interest is too low, they drift. And when it doesn't match the reader, they're gone.
So, they fake it. Parents nod, teachers move on, and the child, they draw ninjas in the margin of the books.
We treat reading like it's one size fits all. But there's no personalization, no fun, and definitely no one asking, what does this child need next?
We have a system. It just doesn't work.
And tonight, she's here to say the part no one ever says out loud.
Reading is broken.
So yeah, she complained. Loudly, repeatedly, dramatically. But then someone built something. And no, it wasn't a new library.
Hi, I'm Kajal. We didn't build a school. We didn't design a syllabus. We just built a bossy little box.
A box that doesn't ask kids what they want to read. It tells them exactly what and exactly when.
GroBro is India's first personalized reading partner. But it's made as if it's smart, it's cool, and it has taste.
This isn't just let the child choose their book. This is, we know what book will change their life. Trust us.
Books so addictive, they feel like your Netflix binge. But instead of melting brain cells, they make you smarter, funnier, and cooler.
And yes, GroBro decides the reading schedule. Because discipline is hard. But obeying a sassy AI? Surprisingly doable.
GroBro sends you a monthly subscription of the GrowBox. The GrowBox comes with 4 things. A hyper-personalized and curated book that matches you. Activities that even make comprehension fun. And a reading schedule that matches exactly your style. And lastly, a personalized AI coach that encourages you, questions you, debates with you. Basically, pushes you into becoming a reader.
We fixed reading by removing choice paralysis, making books feel like stories, and turning your child into a, wait, I actually like reading kind of kid.
This is not just a library. It's a reading transformation kit. And it works. And tonight, at the launch of GroBro, we've partnered with Sinsas and MUN to give 55 of you the first ever Grow Box.
Ladies and gentlemen, dignitaries, and all my curious minds, today something is being launched. Today you're being handed the top. So we put out a Google form. We got over 250 responses in just matter of 3 hours, and we picked 55 lucky winners out of the same. And tonight, these 55 winners will give their test and get their personalized book right here, right now. So can we have a huge round of applause for the same?
We'll have our volunteers right here. They'll be giving tablets to all 55 of these participants who've got selected. All you have to do is take a very quick 5-question test. Don't worry, it's not an exam. It will just ask a few questions that will help us match a book that matches your interests. Can we have
the tablets given out? All these 55 lucky winners are being seated in these blue rows itself. So we'll have the volunteers give out them their tablets and they can get quizzing. Meanwhile, we have something fun for the audience to watch.
You must have read India's first. What's happening again here?
Can anyone guess?
That's the largest in Gujarat. So
Largest
yes, that's
in
the correct
Gujarat,
answer.
yes.
But what's happening for the first time tonight?
Ladies.
So we will have what happens in an MUN? Who heads the MUN? Okay, so we have here, but we have here as AI avatar. We have an AI moderator. Now that moderator will choose a topic and will give 2 other AI agents a topic to debate on. We'll have somebody speaking for and somebody speaking against.
And all of these, be it the for or the against or even the moderator, will be 3 different AIs. So today, ladies and gentlemen, for one more time, reminding all of you, you'll be witnessing India's first AI presidential debate happening right here, right now at the maiden edition of Udgam Model United Nations 2025.
So shall we start?
Let's do it. Come on, guys. Can I hear someone? Come on. Should we do it? Yes, I want to hear a yes. Come on. Okay, we'll do it at 3, 2, 1. Should we do it?
Okay, now any guesses on what the topic can be?
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to reveal it? So it's the pressing question that most kids face from parents. Stop playing and start
Studying.
Exactly. So what is it?
Is it relatable? First of all, is it relatable to everyone? सबने सुना है बेटा नीचे खेलने मत जाओ उससे अच्छा पढ़ाई कर लो ट्यूशन चले जाओ. Yes, yes, yes. Everyone relates to it. Can I hear a huge yes?
Now, do you want to take a wild guess? Who's debating for the motion? Close guess, close guess. But no, we have an AI agent, so you can pick anybody from the world. You can pick anybody from any era, any country.
Okay, I'm hearing Elon Musk. Come on.
I hear Albert Einstein, I hear Elon Musk. You want Trump to debate? Okay. I think it's time to reveal.
Yeah, it's
So we have none other than Shakespeare himself.
Come on, guys, let's hear it up for Shakespeare.
And debating to promote playing, we have none other than I would have put him, but we need a sportsman, no?
I'm hearing Virat Kohli.
Ronaldo's godfather. Who's Ronaldo's godfather? अरे godfather है उससे पहले वाला.
Come on, all the footballers, where are you all? Ronaldo's godfather.
Hold on. That is contemporary. You're very close.
Come on, you're close.
Yes. Maradona. That is correct. We have the answer here. It's Diego Maradona, hand of the god himself. Are we ready to start, team?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time happening in India, a AI presidential debate between Shakespeare himself. Come on, guys. I hear, oh my god, yes, after this debate, there's going to be a lot of oh my god coming your way.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to India's first AI simulation debate. Tonight we tackle a question every parent, teacher, and child has wrestled with: a choice between two forces that shape lives in very different ways, which is reading versus playing. What truly leaves a lasting impact, the stories we read or the games we play? We chose this topic because it is real. In a world full of distractions and decisions, children today are often torn between picking up a book or picking up a ball. Both build skills, both teach lessons, but which one truly builds a legacy? To help us settle the score, we have summoned two legends. On one side, we have William Shakespeare, a man who could turn heartbreak into poetry before Instagram made it cool. On the other hand, Diego Maradona, a man who could score with his left foot, his head, and apparently the hand of God. The views and arguments presented in this debate are not the personal opinions of any individual. The statements attributed to William Shakespeare and Diego Maradona are generated by AI for educational and creative thinking purposes only. It does not reflect the actual beliefs, statements, or intentions of the personalities mentioned. To begin this round, we'll address how each shapes an individual's life. William Shakespeare, please start.
Good people, I say unto you, knowledge shapes not only minds but souls. Education is the map by which one navigates life's storms, the lamp that reveals hidden doors. A child who learns, who reads, who questions, may rise beyond poverty, beyond circumstance, beyond fate itself. And while sports may strengthen the body, it is learning that strengthens the future. Would you trade centuries of progress for a single fleeting cheer in a stadium?
Thank you. Diego Maradona, your initial response?
Fleeting cheer. Maestro, your plays were basically Elizabethan soap operas, Romeo and Juliet, two teenagers making bad life choices. Sounds like reality TV to me. Maestro, your words are pretty, but words don't feed hungry kids. I grew up in Villa Fiorito with nothing. School wasn't an option, survival was. Football saved me, gave me discipline, gave me hope. Sports teach teamwork, sacrifice, and resilience in a way no textbook can. A goal can be a ticket out of poverty. For some kids, the field is the only classroom they get.
William Shakespeare, you have a rebuttal.
And when your leg breaks, good sir, what then? Shall passion pay thy medical bill? Or dost thou plan to dribble to the pharmacy? Passion without guidance is a storm without direction. One may rise on talent, but fall for lack of wisdom. Education endures when legs and lungs betray thee. A trained mind wins long after the whistle blows.
Thank you, William Shakespeare. Diego Maradona, your counter-argument.
But maestro, let me tell you what the textbooks don't. When schools collapse, when the system fails, when classrooms are empty and hope is even emptier, it's passion that steps in. I didn't read my way out of the slums. I played. Every kick of that ball was a step away from hunger, from violence, from being forgotten. For kids like me, sport isn't a pastime. It's the one place where we feel seen, respected, alive. On the field, we find more than goals. We find dignity, belonging, escape.
William Shakespeare, your final statement on this point.
A noble escape indeed, I grant you that, but let us not pretend that passion alone shields one from consequence. Had you taken the time to learn beyond the pitch to train the mind as well as the feet, perhaps the world would remember you not just for glory, but with less pity. You dodged defenders with brilliance, yes, but the scandals? The headlines? The ghosts? Those, perhaps, you could have sidestepped with a little more knowledge and a little less noise.
And Diego Maradona, your concluding remarks for this round.
Ah, maestro, better to be remembered for scandal than erased by silence. The world remembers those who stir the soul, even if they ruffle a few feathers. And speaking of drama, let's not pretend your characters were saints. Your Hamlet. He literally stabbed a man hiding behind a curtain, spiraled into madness, and somehow still gets standing ovations. If I get called out for a red card, surely he deserved at least a trip to the principal's office.
To begin this round, we'll address how each unites and inspires society. William Shakespeare, please start.
My plays brought together kings and beggars, rich and poor, strangers and lovers alike. Education and art unite minds, inspire revolutions, and give voice to the voiceless. Think of liberty, equality, human rights. None of these came from kicking a ball, they came from ideas. The world doesn't change when someone scores, it changes when someone thinks.
Thank you. Diego Maradona, your initial response?
Sure, maestro. But no one camped outside the Globe Theatre for tickets at 3 a.m. with painted faces and flags. Maestro, one goal, just one, can unite millions instantly. I've seen strangers hugging in tears, people forgetting their differences, entire nations feeling hope again. Sports don't need translation, don't need privilege. Anyone, anywhere, can feel that unity. That's raw, honest, and pure. You don't need a library card for goosebumps.
William Shakespeare, you have a rebuttal.
Unity glorious and grand until one team loses and the stadium becomes a battlefield of broken chairs and bruised egos. Truly inspiring, sir. Nothing says world peace like a post-match riot. Unity born of a whistle is like morning mist, lovely for a moment, but gone before noon. My words, on the other hand, echo through time. They gather people not in crowds, but in thought, to reflect, to question, to grow, and unlike a final score, they don't expire at halftime.
Thank you, William Shakespeare. Diego Maradona, your counter-argument?
Maestro, I won't argue, your words are powerful, for those who can read them, but what about the ones the system forgets? The ones with no books, no teachers, no second chances. Sport doesn't ask for degrees or credentials, it speaks to everyone, rich, poor, literate or not, in the same language, and sometimes, a single cheer, a shared victory, heals more than 100 polished lectures ever could.
William Shakespeare, your final statement on this point.
Joy that flickers with the stadium lights or vanishes with a missed goal, such as the fragility of your triumphs. My stories are not subject to fouls or referees. They're not confined to screens or scoreboards. They're performed, printed, whispered, and studied endlessly, across centuries, across continents, in every tongue imaginable. And yet, your most legendary moment? The hand of God. How curious, even the great Diego needed a bit of divine assistance to win.
And Diego Maradona, your concluding remarks for this round.
Forever school, maestro, very poetic of you, but I've seen what a single goal can do. It can stop tears, silence guns, make strangers hug in the street. I've seen it end conflict for a day. That's real-time legacy, not dusty dissertations. Try pulling that off with your iambic pentameter, and sure, I had a little help from above, but at least my God doesn't wait 400 years to make it to the highlight reels.
To begin this round, we'll address which legacy endures longer. William Shakespeare, please start.
My quill may be still, but my words continue to walk. They live in libraries, linger in classrooms, and leap off the pages into minds I shall never meet. 400 years on, they are still read not because they entertain, but because they enlighten. That is the power of reading. It doesn't just pass time, it passes on wisdom.
Thank you, guys. So that was India's first AI-powered debate. May I please call upon two recipients, Ms. Kavya Shah from grade 8 and Raghav Agrawal from grade 9, to come on the stage and receive the first Grow Box. Do we have them? Kavya Shah and Raghav Agrawal. May I please request Manan sir to hand over the first Grow Box to these young, inspiring minds?
Delegates, please remain seated.
Delegates and parents, please remain silent. Please take your seats.
Thank you. The remaining 55 winners, you can please head to our help desk outside the auditorium to receive your boxes. Thank you.
Delegates, I would request all of you to please settle down. We just have two more speeches remaining. One of them is going to open this conference. Both of these team members have worked incredibly hard to make this happen, and it would kill us to take their spotlight away. So please, it's just 10 more minutes. I would request everyone to please keep calm and settle down.
Every successful summit is built on coordination, strategy, and unwavering leadership. The Deputy Secretary General of Udgam Model United Nations 2025 has exemplified all three, holding the threads of the conference with both structure and spirit.
Please join us in welcoming Mr. Neerath Vadva, the Deputy Secretary General of Udgam Model United Nations 2025, to share his thoughts and experiences with us.
As rightly said by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, manpower without unity is not a strength unless it is harmonized and united properly. Good evening. Titles come and go, positions sound nice, but let me be honest. What brought me here wasn't just standing on a stage, it was frustration. Frustration of being in rooms where everyone spoke, but no one listened. Of watching people nod just to respond and not to understand. And somewhere along the way, I decided if I am going to be in the room, I'll speak, so they have to listen. If I am going to lead, I'll do it my way, unfiltered, focused, and fearless. Udgam MUN isn't a formality, it's a statement, a space where students don't play diplomats, we challenge them. मैं यहां किसी जीत के लिए नहीं, एक असर छोड़ने के लिए खड़ा हूं. To my family, my father, for backing me in situations where no one else would. My mother for scolding / guiding me all the way. my sister Divya, for always being the one who I could count on. Thank you so much, guys, for the silence and the noise. Both shaped me. To my friends for calling me out when I was wrong and louder when I was right. To the census heads, Manushi, Hiya, Fenil, Siddhi, and Anya. Thank you for always having my back, not just my role. Delegates, don't aim to impress, aim to shake the world. Thank you. Dhanyavad.
Thank you, Neerath. At the heart of Great Model United Nations lies a leader who not only envisions the summit but breathes life into it. From early plans to final execution, from mentoring to motivator, Arav has led Udgam MUN with resilience, grace, and wisdom.
As the Secretary General, he has upheld the values of diplomacy, dialogue, and excellence. A true anchor of the MUN community, Arab has worked tirelessly to ensure that this conference reflects the spirit of real world leadership and the global unity.
Be it overseeing committee dynamics, mentoring secretariat members, or ensuring our standards meet national benchmarks. His commitment has been nothing short of inspiring.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for to address the gathering officially and declare the Udgam Model United Nations 2025 open.
Please
Welcome
welcome the
Secretary
Secretary
General
General
of
of
Udgam
Udgam
Model
Model
United
United
Nations
Nations
2025,
2025, Mr.
Mr.
Arav Shah, to the
stage.
stage.
Delegates who are desperately waiting to leave this conference, I would just request you to seat for 5 more minutes. Arav has worked incredibly hard for this conference and he deserves every bit of the spotlight. So I would make a general request and a humble request to everyone. This guy, he's a 10th grader and he has surpassed all of our expectations and he deserves the spotlight. So for that, please, everyone, please be seated so he can declare this conference open.
युवा इस देश की सबसे बड़ी ताकत है, इस देश की सबसे बड़ी ताकत है और आज मैं यहाँ उपस्थित उसी महान देश के सभी महान युवाओं का पूरे दिल से स्वागत करता हूँ. A heartfelt welcome to one and all. Standing here today as the Secretary General of Udgam Model United Nations, I am not here because of my years of experience. I am here because of one thing, relentless hard work. And that's what truly defines success. To anyone who thinks experience is everything, this conference proves it's not. It's about showing up, putting the effort, and believing that hard work can outshine expertise. Starting my own journey with MUNs in December 2024, I would not have believed that I would be standing at the place where I am today, from being an underconfident journalist to now being the Secretary General of Udgam Model United Nations. It's been a journey I never expected, but one I'm incredibly grateful for. A heartfelt thank you to Manushi and Hiya for trusting me when I had only passion to offer, to my family and parents for always being there for me, for the entire team of Udgam MUN, the experts, Anya, Siddhi, Fanil. Your hard work has built this stage. To our delegates, you are the pulse of this event. Your ideas, courage, and effort matters the most. To our esteemed chief guests, trustees, and principal, thank you for adding grace and dignity to this evening. Now, many of you will be attending your first MUN, but that does not make you any less. In fact, it makes you bold. Every expert was once a beginner, and what matters the most, that you chose to begin. Sure, things won't always go smoothly, but growth happens in the discomfort, in the deadlines, the pressure, and the unexpected movement. Because, after all, a ship in the harbor is safe, but that's not what ships are built for. You are here to sail, take risks, and grow. So don't wait for experiences. Create them, earn them, and own them. And now, without wasting much of your time, the moment which we have been waiting for, with the power vested in me as the Secretary General of this conference, I, Arav Shah, declare the maiden edition of Udgam Model United Nations 2025 open! Thank you.
Thank you, Arav, for your zealful words that left us all full of energy and with goosebumps.
As we bring this inaugural ceremony to a close, let us rise together in unity and gratitude to honor our nation.
We request everyone, those who are able, to please stand for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
भारत माता की जय! जय!
Thank you. You may now be seated.
Thank you so much, dear audience, for your presence today, and thank you so much to all our delegates for being here. Everyone, those who had given the test are requested to take their boxes. Who have not taken from outside, that's all. Everyone who has been selected for the GoBro surprise, please collect your tablets from the outside counter. Thank you.
नहीं आप बीच में कर